Hey, look, deadheads, it's Powkiddy. Powkiddy. No, that's not Powkiddy. All right, deadheads, let's get to the review. I think Asus is lying in its current statement. Gamers Nexus... No, wait, that's not me. Hey, deadheads, welcome back to the channel. Oh, welcome for the first time, new deadheads. So today, we're going to do a review of this, the Powkiddy RGB20SX. So we've used this thing for a few weeks now. We've got a better understanding of it, what it can do, and whether or not it matches the awesomeness of the RGB30. So let's hop into this review and let's get going. All right, deadheads? All right, first, deadheads, this video is brought to you by me, DeadfredCo. That's right, we have an Etsy store now. So check out this tough case that I designed based on a previous design from another creator. So I did modify this, and this is a pretty good case that can take and store your RGB20SX. Snaps in place like that, keeps it nice. Now, I do have this with the logo like this cut out. I can also do the logo raised, or I can do no logo at all. Of course, with it cut out, I like the way it looks. I like how the light shines out of it, but it could let dirt and dust in. We also have a grip. So if you want a grip for your RGB20SX as well, I'll leave a link in the description. So please help support the channel. All the money that goes into these sales goes right back into the channel. But you can see that this thing will hold your RGB20SX and give you that grip that you want. Anyways, let's hop on over and let's start the review. So imagine you're Michael Jordan and you have children, or you know, LeBron James and you have Bronny. Imagine the pressure. Well, this thing right here, the RGB30, it just came out and it really surprised a lot of people. It made a lot of people just wonder at this 1-to-1 aspect ratio. How wonderful is this unit? It just really seemed to come out of nowhere. So when Powkiddy announced a vertical based on this, the question was, will we have the same kind of experience? And I'm here to tell you guys, yes. In fact, in some ways, a better experience. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love the RGB30. It's still one of my all-time favorite handhelds. And I picked this up in metal because you know me, guys, I like metal. But that being said, I have shifted and started to play this a bit more. It is the same screen. You show it side by side. It's the same screen that's just been turned vertical. You can see there, we'll just pull it up and show you guys. Basically, you're just putting the same screen, the same CPU, pretty much the same innards with a little bit difference in battery, and you're coming out with a vertical form factor. So this review is not going to focus on a lot of the gameplay or the performance because we kind of already know what that is from this. And in my testing, I found that whatever custom firmware you use, with this, if you like it on this one, it's going to work pretty good on this one. I haven't found a lot of differences, although this one does have a little bit of, well, you know, being vertical, a little bit of software differences. But anyways, this is, you know, a really good handheld that I think appeals to many people for under $100. I've said it before, it really comes down to either this or the Retroid Pocket 2S as best under $100 handheld that you can go for. This or this, actually. If you want the vertical, the horizontal, or you want the vertical form factor. Either way, it's pretty good to do that. Taking a look at this, we do have the same pretty much button layout that we had on the 30. The sticks work pretty well. I didn't have any issue with that. They have pretty good travel distance. My unit performed just as the previous units I did with the 30. The sticks here are your typical sticks, nothing fancy. They didn't really change these. They stayed the same, so pretty much happy with that. Your buttons, I like the buttons. They're nice and springy and firm. And then of course the little face. Now that is one thing you didn't have here. So if you're into the little design language, I like this. The little face looks kind of cute. It's pretty nice. I like that we have the USB-C and the OTG port. I wish it was a little more centered, but that's okay. And again, just holding this thing, it's really funny because it's kind of tricks your eyes. Now, some people have said because the limitation of this chipset and CPU that perhaps this thing shouldn't have had sticks at all. So I've seen some modifications, as we turn this down, some modifications where people have decided to take these off, these bottom sticks, and kind of reshell this, which is kind of neat. I like the sticks. I think the sticks are nice, especially once you get this thing into the grip, and then you have, you know, a really comfortable hold here with the grips. So for me, that really makes quite a big difference doing that as we place some Metal Slug X here. Again, the controls are responsive. It's really nice that we have a lot of choice here with custom firmware. It did ship with a version of Jelos, or maybe it was Rocknix, I don't remember. But the version it shipped with is not very good. Make sure you immediately get in there and you download a custom firmware, something that's going to appeal more to your taste and be a little bit more amenable and make this thing just a little bit better. I am not good at this game, so don't make fun of me. But you can see here that with this screen, you have a bunch of flexibility in getting the aspect ratio here to set up, you know, in a way that you might want to have it. There is flexibility. This thing, again, like with the 30, is going to excel with that 1:1 ratio. And something like Pico 8, it just fits perfect. It looks amazing. But even in something that was originally 4.3, like the PlayStation 1 here, or 16.9, you're not going to have a whole lot of ugly space wasted. It's a good compromise. It's not perfect. A 3.2 screen may be better overall, but again, I think for my money, this is just a really good thing. Again, the 720p is really excellent. The screen source they used is really nice and favorable. It just really kind of gives you a really nice, as we transition, let's try something else here. Our familiar RetroArch. But let's talk about something that I think is a little unfavorable. So one of the things where this I think is better than the RGB30 is for Nintendo DS. It's actually with the vertical screen, you can do the up and down here. You do have some large black borders on either side, but it's not bad. I mean, this is pretty good. Instead of like usually with these CPUs, you're limited to devices where you have to do the single screen and swap back and forth. You do have the button here for the stylus, so you can use it up there. But yeah, I think that for, you know, Nintendo DS, this is a much better solution than the 30. So if you think you're going to play some DS and it's not so bad, I would pick this over the 30. Definitely like that. But getting into the things that I think are not good, we still have issues with charging and battery and quality control. Powkiddy, I love you guys. I know that this is growing pains, and I hope that you get better as you go. But we really got to figure out how to get these quality control issues better. We really need to start spending just a little bit more money and making sure that we can use more modern USB-C to USB-C. One of the issues is that they don't put one little resistor on the connectors just so that they can actually use that. So you need to stick to USB-A to C. You also need to stick some pretty finicky power supplies. Maybe if this came with a brick that was specific to it, that would be better, but then the cost would be rising. So come on, guys. In any new future versions of Powkiddies, let's get with the times and let's update these. And the other thing is that it doesn't have great software it ships with. Again, if you are buying this for someone that knows nothing about trying how to handle these and just wants plug and play, then it's probably going to be okay, but it's not going to be the greatest experience. Something like IFPLWAGK, which has come a very long way with its OS, is much better, or even Retroid. But that's the few criticisms: the build quality, the battery. But other than that, guys, this is a win. It's a great unit. I've used it. I haven't ran into a whole lot of problems. I haven't seen a lot of issues going vertical with this. The software, I'm using updated ArcOS. Rocknix is working on theirs. There's just so much custom firmware. Again, this device is going to be well supported. The CPU is very, very well supported. And so DeadFred says, yeah, buy this, guys. I'll leave a link in the description where you can get one off Powkiddy's official website. But I don't have, a lot to complain about this one, and it's not perfect. There's a lot, that could still be better. I'd like to see some more colors like they did with the 30. I hope they continue to release different colors. I really like the transparent they went with this. And then maybe drive the price down just a little bit over time. But if you get this under $90, yeah, it's a go, guys. All right, guys, so basically to sum this review up, it's just as good as the 30. It's better in some ways. You're going to be able to play some software better, like the Nintendo DS. The screen is still amazing. The 1:1 ratio is still awesome. 720p is beautiful. The battery life is not great. The charging issue still occurs. The quality control issues still occur. And so you're getting a little bit of a lottery situation, but overall, DeadFred said this is a buy. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. DeadFred out.